presentation is brought to you by the letter P, puppets, props, and personalized poems. So I've been teaching in the classroom in Malden for 23 years. I've taught grades K through 6, and for the past 9 years, I've taught kindergarten. Well, when I went to kindergarten, I was great if I knew how to spell my name, if I knew how to share, if I learned how to tie my shoelaces. Kindergarten today, totally different. In kindergarten, you learn to read. In kindergarten, you learn to write. In kindergarten, you do math. But most important, you still need those social skills. You still need to learn how to share. You still need to learn to wait your turn. You still need to learn to regulate your emotions. And kindergarten is hard. I'll tell you about my classroom. So I'm blessed to have a very diverse classroom. I teach sheltered immersion kindergarten for newcomers and beginners. Some of my students have been to preschool in America. Some of my students have been to preschool in their home countries. Some of my students have never been to preschool. So my goal is to get them excited about learning, to get them excited about being with their friends. I'm so blessed to be starting off their career in school. Now, you know what? Teaching is hard, and many times, this year especially, I felt like Charlie Brown's teacher. Wah, 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 wah. So, what did I do? In addition to my 23 students, I have 3 MVPs, 3 most valuable puppets. I have Bob the Blender, I have Sally Segment, and I have Mary Math. Now, puppets have been magical in my classroom. They help me with transitions. They help a shy child open up. A puppet is non-threatening. A puppet is a friend. So I'll tell you about my morning routine using my most valuable puppets. So these are some of my children using Bob. And in the morning, during our meeting, we say hello, not only to each other, but the puppets, and then we start literacy. So we do a lot of learning. Bob the Blender loves to read. He blends words. Sally Segment loves to write. She segments them. So Bob will say can, k, and n. Flag, f, o, a, g. Gum, g, m. But they work together. Sally will segment words, and Bob will blend them. G, d, good. J, ab, job. K, d, z, kids. Now, here are some of my students using a simple prop, their bulldozer blending hat, and that helps them get excited about blending words. They don't do as well without the hat. Now, I don't have my students here, so I'll ask you to please be my students, and we're going to sing our blending song. So please join me. Push the sounds together from start to end. Read the words alone or with a friend. We will blend words, blend words. We will blend words, blend words. You did a great job. Now, we have so many transitions. Like I said, social skills are the most important, but we have our math block and we have our literacy block. So I have another puppet who helps the children transition to math, and her name is Mary Math, and she has her beautiful shape necklace. And please, it's to the tune of Miss Mary Mac, sing with me. Miss Mary, math, math, math. Her hair is black, black, black. She likes to add, add, add. She likes to subtract, subtract, subtract. She uses her fingers, fingers, fingers. A number line, line, line. And mental math, math, math. Some of the time, time, time. So Mary Math really gets the kids excited about doing math. We have some assessments for math, some assessments for literacy, and some of my students have taken the puppets so they feel comfortable during those assessments. Now, this is my other love. We have to do a lot of teaching of reading. It's joyous to do read-alouds. I could act it out, I could use props and puppets, and the kids are listening and learning vocabulary. But it's very challenging, especially in another language, to learn to read. And decodable books are great, but they're sometimes not the most exciting pieces of literature. So another passion is to take the sight words we're learning, to take the concept, and write poems about the kids. Because if something's written about the interest of the child's so motivated to read. So these are two students, Valeria and Yushun, and they're reading the poem about Yushun. Again, every single student has a poem when we use the letter beginning their name. So I'll read you Yushun's poem, which she has read over and over again. Come with Yushun to ballet class. She likes to dance. Come with Yushun to the soccer field. She likes to kick the ball. Come with Yushun to the YMCA. She likes to swim. Come with Yushun to the BB school. She likes to read and write. Now, I have this little boy named João Pedro, and João Pedro every day would say, Miss Yaakov, how come you haven't done my letter? And I said, don't worry, we'll get to the letter J. Now, João Pedro is from Brazil, so the poem with his name was about transportation, which he loves, and taking a green plane to Brazil. And not only was he motivated to read it in the class, but he shared it with his family, and it was a huge success, and his reading has improved because of it. Now, I forgot one P. I told you about props. I told you about puppets. I told you about personalized poems. But the most important P is passion. Now, I get it. I don't expect any of you, or maybe some of you, to go out and get puppets and start to sing and dance in your classroom. And that's okay. But we all have something we're passionate about. We might be passionate about sports. We might be passionate about games or history. You know what? Take that into your classroom. It helps you recharge. It helps the students recharge. Now, before I end, I just want to tell you how thrilled I am that my passion for drama and music is being carried over to my two children, my son Yonatan, who's 9, and my daughter Ma'ayan, who's 6. So recently, I've been writing a water show for the kindergarten students, and I always ask my kids, do you have something to add? What do you like? So my daughter very quickly goes to YouTube, and she goes, Mommy, we learned this water cycle song. Listen to it. And I said, great, I love it. It was a rap. And then Yonatan goes, Mommy, in school we learned you ought to be saving water by Schoolhouse Rock. Have you ever heard of that? Well, Yonatan, have I ever heard of that? I spent so much of my youth watching those videos, and I love them today. So I hope you all find your passion and take it into the classroom tomorrow. Thank you.